Welcome into Cookout Podcast, episode 357. I'm Brando. I'm here with Ryan. Today we're going to go down the rabbit hole. Now hit our theme song! Hey Ryan, we're back for yet another whirlwind adventure. How you doing?
We are back. What is going down?
Not much has changed since yesterday.
No.
But a whole ton has changed.
I took
since
my coat
yesterday.
off.
You did take your coat. Oh man, were you pretending it was a different day? Should I have brought a different shirt?
No.
Oh, okay. Nah,
Everybody knows.
the cat's out of the bag. We're doing a bonus show. We got some stories to tell, some people to thank. A really, really, really exciting product to get into. I know there's lots of product reviews everywhere, but this is one that is particularly close to you boys' hearts.
This isn't a review either. It's kind of a first look, and we're excited about it, so we want to make sure that people are getting the passion and the real CCO.
And there's an opportunity for everybody who hasn't experienced what we're going to talk about to experience it very soon, and we'll talk about that.
You even used the buzzword.
That's right. But before we get to any of that stuff, we of course have to thank our glorious business daddies, FusionGamingOnline.com. They are your source for all your gaming needs.
Very much so. And here, I'll spoil it for you. We're talking about Planechase today.
Yeah, baby.
Don't turn it off because you're going to learn the best way to play Planechase. Everybody I've ever talked to ever says that this is the best way. We've discovered it, we've developed it, we've tested it, and everybody loves it.
Yes.
But before we talk about it,
Oh.
the business daddies,
Yes.
do you know where I got all my oversized Planechase sleeves?
Tell me.
From FusionGamingOnline.com.
You are kidding me.
I used CCO Slam promo code to save 5% on them.
You bought a thing that you wanted and paid less for it.
And I was going to buy it anyways.
Wow.
Yep.
Wow.
So, got them there. If you want a discount, you use CCO Slam or CCO Perks. If you're going to spend over $100, get a discount. And CCO Perks gives you store credit kickback.
Yes.
Which you can use store credit on gaming supplies or sealed product if you're in Canada, or singles, and get a discount with store credit too.
Yeah.
Very cool.
It's pretty good. And it stacks with their deal of the week. It's a good time.
Yes. Now, speaking of gaming supplies and discounts,
yes.
our Tip Touch and partners, geekwood.ca, use the affiliate code in the corner or down in the show notes, wherever you get the show, and you use CCO Podcast promo code, get 10% off.
In the corner of what?
The video on YouTube.
That you should be watching because Joe works really hard.
Yeah, and he does a good job. Maybe he plays Planechase.
Oh, and if he doesn't, he about to, sucker?
Yeah, you know what? The next time we see Editor Joe, we're gonna play Planechase. I'd like to fly him out. I'd like to I'd like to have him and hold him. Before we get to the Planechase, the release notes and stuff that they said, you had mentioned you said experience.
Yeah,
that's
I did.
the CCO experience coming up in Vancouver, March 10, 11, 12. Come there. Come play with us. We're going to have a booth. It's going to be fantastic.
All the stuff that we're going to talk about today, we will have with us. So
Yes.
if you want to play this variation of Planechase, by all means, be like, let's Planechase this shit. We'd be like, yeah, we can. And then,
On the sidewalk
yippers.
at our booth
Yep.
at Face to Face Games Tour Weekend Vancouver.
Correct.
That's still a mouthful.
It is a lot to
They
say.
got to look into renaming that.
That's fine.
Anyways, if you want to be part of a future CCO experience, because the Vancouver one is sold out, we got Minneapolis coming up and Las Vegas coming up in May 5th to 7th and September 23rd or 4th or 5th.
We could call them Face Fests.
Face Fests. Yeah.
I like that. Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
I like Face Fests.
Yeah, but you get at us. Once we get back from Vancouver, we'll start looking at Minneapolis.
Yep.
Once we're back from Minneapolis, we'll start looking at Vegas. We have to do these things in order to keep our lives from exploding
Yes.
and Ryan's head from falling off of his body. I saw it spinning once. It was really close.
Yeah, it almost detached.
Yeah, I had to catch it and
It's like those things where you pull the cords and the wings fly out and they go, woo!
Yeah. And
Except my head.
Yeah, and it was ears. It was
my ears with the wings.
It was a little gross, but we got it fixed, and we want to keep that from happening. So
Yes.
everybody wants to come, and we're so grateful and so excited to have you there. But we'll get to you when we get there.
I will say that tickets for Minneapolis go on sale like March 9th, or just before we leave.
Jesus.
And I'll be looking at those ticket prices because that is a factor for people. You got to pay to get into a real Magic Fest. That's why Face Fests are freaking fantastic.
Yeah.
Face Fests are freaking fantastic.
Alliteration is the best.
Yes. But for the Magic Cons proper, you got to pay. And that for some people is a limiting factor because the CCO experience is part of that is like your accommodations, which we get a good deal on.
Yeah.
And but it's all part of the thing, right? And it is for Patreon supporters only. We should mention that. It is the best way that we know how to say thank you to those that want to come and get some CCO swag and play Open Flippy and Planechase.
Yeah.
And we do offer I think the most affordable and funnest way to do a Magic Fest.
You ever wanted to go to Magic with a bunch of your friends, but like a bunch of your friends can't make it or they can't play Magic?
Or they live on the opposite side of the country?
Come with us.
Yep.
That's what it is.
Yep.
That's what we're doing. That's what we're there for.
Details are on patreon.com/CCO Podcast and commandercookout.com. And I think links to either website are on either website. So you can find all the info on either place and you can get to there either way.
Yeah.
Final piece of business?
Business.
All the merch, it's all here. The hats, the playmats, the shirts, the stickers, the tokens, the coasters. We've got it all. It's all available. CommanderCookout.com. Find the store. It's all there.
I can confirm that the little mini sidewalks that we have that are in stock right now that could be yours play very well. It's just like being on Commander Cookout sidewalk. Slam!
Yes, of which number 8 comes out this week.
Neat.
Tune in.
Yes.
Watch it. It's a good one. There's DPing. I'm just going to leave it at that.
Yep.
Yeah.
And you know what's funny and ironic about that is they might have to Google the video to find it.
Oh, no.
So here we are. Here we are. We've done it. We've done it, Ryan. We've made it to the... We've reached the top.
Harry, I've reached the DP. Okay.
Planechase.
Speaking of DP, I want to DP some PC. That's DP the Planechase.
I see. Yes. I was like, wait, what?
Yes,
no,
UC.
Man. Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So Planechase, for those who are newer in the nation, is a variant format of Magic the Gathering that you can apply onto Commander.
Or any format. We used to do 8-player games with 60-card decks. Man, those were long games, but they were fun, man.
Yes.
They were a lot of fun.
Those were the good old days,
Yeah.
hey, when power creep didn't exist.
Yeah.
Lol, just kidding.
Yeah.
So you get these oversized plane cards. Joe, we'll move our heads a little bit sideways so that you can still see us. And Joe will have a Planechase card in the center of the screen. They've got a name on the top, and then they've got a plane line. It's kind of like a type line.
Yeah, and it'll tell you
where it is.
Yeah, so there's there's examples in front of Ryan, but I want to come up with one. So there's like what's the thing? There's like Jund. Jund is one.
Jund is one.
So it's Jund, plane, Alara.
Yeah, there's plane Dominaria, plane Kamigawa.
Yeah.
All the different places that you can go. And of course, you've got a beautiful piece of landscape art.
Yes.
Yes, you've got a beautiful piece of landscape art to depict that place. So it kind of is flavorful. And traditionally, this is how people have played. I'll give you the brief history of time.
Okay.
Stephen Hawkins this shit.
Holy shit.
Planechase has come out 2 separate times with 60-card decks that have 10-card planar decks.
Yes.
Each deck comes with its own 10-card planar deck.
I have never once played Planechase
I have
way.
done it this way at the Planechase 1 release party. Me and Jaffafa.
And never again.
No. And what you did was each deck and planar deck of 10 cards was what it was.
Yep.
Comes with a planar die. And 4 of the sides are blank. One side has the Planeswalker symbol on it, and one side has the Chaos symbol on it. But we call it the shit.
That's right.
So, because when you roll the shit, you do the shit.
That's right.
Right? So, on your turn, once per turn, whenever you cast a sorcery, you can roll the planar die.
Right.
For free. You could just do it whenever. It's like playing a land on your turn.
Whenever you can play a sorcery.
Yes, I said that. You can roll the planar die again for 1 additional mana more than you paid the last time you went to to roll it.
1, 2, 3, 4.
You can just spend mana to roll the planar die.
Correct.
If you roll the planeswalk symbol, you get to go to the next plane. Now, what that traditionally meant was if everybody has their own planar deck of 10 cards, let's say we're on Brando's plane.
Yeah.
I roll the planeswalk symbol. I move to my plane. And the theory was I can build my 10-card planar deck to be best suited with my 60-card Magic deck. So they work together. I want to be on my planes is what it was.
Right.
If I rolled the shit, the chaos, whoever's plane we're on, that chaos ability would trigger.
Yes.
Which was fine. Fast forward, because nobody ever played it like that.
Yeah, nobody ever did that.
Mostly people bought all of the plane cards and put them into one pile.
Yeah.
One big pile, and you flip the top of it over, and that's the plane you were on.
Mm-hmm.
And if you rolled the planeswalk, you would take the top one onto the bottom, and you'd flip over the next one, and that's the one that you were on.
Yep.
And that's fine. And that's the chaos ability you get and whatever. But some planes have detrimental effects.
Nar Isle, Leith Lake. Maybe they're on the screen, maybe they're not.
You can't untap your stuff.
Eon Fog.
Yes. Oh, good memory. Yeah, so those have detrimental effects that make it difficult. Sarah's Sanctum, where if you roll away, destroy all creatures.
Oh.
Maybe you want that, but generally, especially early game, you don't want that. Or if you're in first and you go there accidentally, you don't want that.
No.
And it becomes detrimental. And in lots of cases, especially in multiplayer, it severely drags out the game, makes it go slow.
Yeah.
So then somebody on WotC, maybe it was Adam Staborski, he's a WotC writer. I don't know the history of it, but invented, I'm moving forward in time, invented the Eternities map way to play.
Yeah.
Which is you've got your planar deck in the middle, and then above, below, and side to side, you have 4 planes.
Right.
And you can, when you planeswalk now, you can go side to side, up or down, or flip over new planes. And what that was is like, let's say I move left on the already left plane, I would flip over a new plane left of that plane, and I'm moving down the map away from those planes into uncharted territory.
Correct.
It's like I'm moving forward on the edge of the map.
That's right. Yeah. Fog of War is lifting. You can see more of the world that you're in.
Yes, and you lose some of the world behind you that you can't go back to.
Right.
And that's great because you could strategically pick what plane you're on.
Yeah.
But very square footage consuming.
Yes.
Very hard to manage all those giant oversized planes on one play surface.
Yeah.
In come Ryan and Brando.
That's us.
That's your good friends at Commander Cookouts. Their idea for Wormhole Planechase.
Yeah.
So, it's a combination of stacking all of the planes together and Eternity's map, but with a twist. In that you have the pile in the middle, then you have 1, 2, 3 planes around it. Yeah. And that's like your planar vortex, let's say. You roll a dice or randomly determine what plane you're starting on.
Right.
And everybody just has a plethora of planar dice.
Correct.
And you can roll them. All the same rules apply. Whichever one you're on, that's the shit that triggers. Whatever one you're on, that's whose static effect you're observing.
Right.
If you roll the planeswalk, you can move to any of the other 2 planes currently visible. Or you can go down the
rabbit hole. Wormhole.
Or wormhole. Rabbit hole is fine. We always say down the hole.
Yeah.
Because it's kind of dirty.
Lol.
And you flip over 1, 2, 3 new planes. Can't go back to the old ones, but you get 3 new ones. And you pick the one that's best either for the game, the table, or your current strategic positioning. And because you get to reveal 3 new ones and pick the best one, the chances of you going to a crappy place, very, very small.
Yes.
And it turns out that it's the best way to play. Like, not close, right?
Right. Variance is very heavy and features very heavily in Planechase. And if you're stuck, you can just end up with non-games because you get stuck on we use Nar Isle and Leith Lake as the examples all the time. Leith Lake is mill 10 on your upkeep, hit the shit, and somebody mills 10.
Well, which isn't terrible in Commander because the decks are so big, but
you're stuck there for 7 rounds.
The Eon Fog is better because nobody gets an untap step.
Yeah.
But if you roll the shit, untap all your stuff.
Yeah.
So if you roll the shit like a couple times, the shit happens as a triggered ability, so you can respond to it and tap all your land in response and continue to roll, and keep getting untaps when the 3 players that went before you all just had
nothing.
I tapped out, roll once, miss, go, roll once, miss, go.
Otari is another one where you hit the shit, you get an extra turn.
Yeah.
Take 4 or 5 extra turns in a row, the game's over.
I seen it happen.
We were there. FUG did it.
Yeah.
And they just blank games.
Yeah.
So this way, you ignore all of that stuff and you get to go to the fun planes.
Yes. And if you don't like variance because you've spent time and mental energy to build a good commander deck that you want to be consistent because you want to win and do a good job,
sure,
you can strategically pick the planes that make that happen because you get 3 to pick from, or 2 to pick from, or 3 new ones to pick from. So really, you have 5 planes to pick from.
Yeah.
Every time you hit the planeswalk, and sometimes you'll hit the planeswalk symbol like 2 or 3 times in a turn. If you have lots of mana, you can see 15 different planes, right? Or 12 different planes sometimes.
But Ryan and Brando, you might be saying, I've played Planechase.
Wait, hold on. I wasn't quite. If you do like variance, you're still playing Planechase, and you can strategically pick the planes that give you the wackiest and craziest stuff. And that's actually still, it still gives you that crazy random Planechase experience because you're still playing with 80. We've got some custom planes and other things that we'll talk about, but in our planar deck there's about 85 cards.
Yeah,
which is awesome.
Frickin'
more because we're going to talk about this release. But what were you going to say?
But Ryan and Brando, I've played Planechase before. What about the Phenomenons?
Those are in. I don't even have those on my list.
But I got you, fam, because phenomenons are things that happen when you're walking. You'll happen upon a phenomenon, and they have all sorts of. There's one that's Warp World. There's one that reverses the game's turn order. There's a bunch of different stuff that they do, and if you're going down the hole, every time you hit the phenomenon, that's what happens, and you just resolve them all, and now the game's insane. Like, I rolled the Planeswalk symbol. I don't like these planes at all. I'm going to go down the hole. And then you warp world everybody. Then you reverse the game's turn order, and it's awesome.
Yes. And the phenomenons, I'm just pulling it up here. How do I do or? Is plane, is phenomenon? How do I do?
Why don't you just do is phenomenon?
Because I want both. Oh, there we go. 87. There's 87 of them, is that right?
There's a lot. And there's a couple that don't really. I think there's one. There's one that doesn't really work with the way that we play, where you go to 2 planes at once. But you can still do that. You just reveal 4 off the top because it's like, oh, we have to go to 2 places. Yeah.
And we always want, like, those 2 places represent 1, and you've got 2, 3 also.
Yeah.
And then when you walk away from both of those places at once, then it just goes back to normal. So you can still do it.
Yeah. It's just
and there's ones that let you, when you encounter this phenomenon, scry 5 the planar deck.
Yeah.
Which is crazy because it lets you set up turns. There's planes that give you free stuff.
Yeah.
And real scumbags like F.U. Jesse. He'll get his free stuff benefit like at the start of his turn.
Yep.
Free creature from his hand or free card off the top of his library. Then he'll just dump his mana to try to get away to make sure nobody else gets that benefit.
Yeah, what a POS, right?
Which does give you strategic advantage. I will admit.
But you lose points.
You use the social and political points, don't you?
Your credit score goes down with me, sir.
Your Planechase credit score. So why are we talking about Planechase?
Why are we talking about Planechase? Because they are bringing it back for March of the Machines. I'm assuming because Realm Breaker's going out, all the planes are kind of connected now. We might as well go back and revisit some of Magic's most popular, most newest, and in some cases not yet visited planes.
Wow, are you just reading the set release?
No, that's my head. That's things that I'm excited about. We're going to see new places that we haven't been before.
You sound like a WotC simp. Just kidding.
I'm just excited.
I'm excited. I'm so excited.
I love adventure.
We are getting a bunch of new planes. a bunch of reprint planes, which is fine because they got to fill the product.
Because
It's not like there's shortages of worlds or places we could go.
and to go back and I haven't tried this yet, but I think to go back and try and build the deck of the original planes and Phenomena,
Some of them are expensive.
would probably be a investment that not everybody is prepared to make.
Yes, you can buy them as singles, and some of them they range between 2 and very expensive because some of them were like 1 or 2 of them for sure were Friday Night Magic promos and or the release promo for like Planechase 1.
Yeah.
Right? And that came out in Zendikar. So the promo plane was a Zendikar plane. And that's, I guess we should mention too, you could have multiple places on the same plane.
Yeah, there's 3 or 4 from Ravnica. I don't know if all the guilds were represented, but there were lots of them.
I think all 5 of the shards of Alara are represented.
sure.
Yeah.
In these new ones, I'm assuming we're going to see some of the shards of the cons, or maybe some of the
clans or whatever,
or some of the guilds or whatever from Gangsta Land.
Oh,
I'm
yep.
assuming we'll see some of that.
Yep.
I virtually guarantee we'll hit Ikoria at some point.
Yep.
I don't know any of the places. in
We've
Ikoria.
got Tawashi, which is a new place on Kamigawa. We've got a couple Kamigawa planes. This is going to be a new one. I'm going to read the two paragraphs here.
Okay.
Planechase returns. This is right from WotC's site when they announced it. This is the March of the Machine kind of first look. Planechase returns with the Phyrexian invasion of the entire multiverse underway. They got like the World Tree or something, right?
Realm Breaker.
Is that what it is?
That's what it's called. Yep.
Oh, well, they got it.
That's a cool name too, man. That sounds like a metal band for sure.
Yeah. So with the total entire multiverse underway, this is the perfect time for Planechase.
Yeah, baby. It's always the time for Planechase.
Yeah.
But now WotC finally wised up, agrees with us.
This multiplayer supplement lets you travel from one location to another with the rules changing based on where your battle is currently taking place.
Adventure.
Interesting use of the word battle there.
Yeah.
Battle and planes, not the same thing.
No.
But battles might be like phenomenons where you encounter and you have to do this battle.
You think?
I don't know yet.
They're gonna be a regular card.
They might be.
Well, they have to be. Otherwise, Atraxa can't find planes.
Oh yeah, you're right. But maybe it'll be like a story moment. Like think of when Gandalf fights the Balrog. That's a battle card.
Or if Atraxa is so powerful, she can even get planes. That'd be cool.
Wherever your battle is currently taking place, chase the Phyrexians around the multiverse or add some flavor to your next commander battle. Again, that's interesting.
Atraxa is so powerful, she can even draw games. She's Shahrazad now. You can look that up if you want.
Each March of the Machine's commander deck comes with 10 different plane cards. Ooh. Frick. Got to go to Business Daddies, get all 4 of them.
Yeah. Is there 4 or 5 decks?
5 new and 5 reprint planes.
Yeah, and Phenomenon. There's 5 new, 5 old, and a Phenomenon, I believe.
Here's a preview of the 50 Planechase cards coming your way.
Oh my god.
They gave us 3. 2 of them are ones we already have. Isle of Vesuva is a plane, and Spatial Merging is a phenomenon.
That's the phenomenon I told you about where you go to 2 planes at once.
Yes, and Isle of Vesuva is on Dominaria. Whenever a non-token creature enters the battlefield, its controller creates a token that's a copy of that creature.
Cool.
That's Vesuva, the land, being a copy of whatever land that you have already.
But with creatures.
And when you roll the chaos, whenever... they changed the wording on that.
Yeah, whenever chaos ensues.
Whenever chaos ensues.
Yeah, that's what happens whenever I hit the shit, too. Chaos ensues, baby.
Whenever chaos ensues. That is the flavor language that they use now.
Yeah.
Is consistent with that.
We
Whenever
shan't be
chaos
saying
ensues. Destroy target creature and all other creature with the same name as that creature.
Maelstrom Pulse it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, but it can hit tokens.
Yes.
Okay, but the new one, here we go. And then we got some small text here, so I got to get my computer nice and close.
Okay.
Tawashi, plane, Kamigawa.
Kamigawa.
That's Kamigawa.
Yeah.
Kamigawa.
In French.
Yes.
Yep.
Yes. No, that's Japanese.
That's French.
That's French? Okay.
I'm fluent.
Fluent in, yeah. Modified creatures you control have trample, and whenever this creature deals combat damage to a player or planeswalker, draw a card.
Whoa.
When you roll the shit, whenever chaos ensues, distribute 3+1/+1 counters among 1, 2, or 3 creatures you control.
So you modify your bros and then get in to draw cards.
It's pretty good.
See, it's simple, it's easy, and it's fun.
And it's fun. Didn't remember where we were.
We were moving on to talk more about our custom. Oh my God.
What is it?
We have the CCO Sidewalk playmat. We take it everywhere we go.
Yes.
What if
It's huge and it's heavy.
What if we got another one, a smaller one that was like a square, and it was the CCO Storm Drain, and that was what we plane chased on? That'd be so
Down
cool.
the drain.
What? That'd be so cool.
You just huck planes out onto the street and then they just float into the drain?
Yeah.
The CCO Storm Drain.
Oh, that's neat.
Yeah.
Oh,
and you do it like a little you get like a little tiny table that raises it up, and then you put a storm drain on top.
Oh, that's cool.
And then the planes that you leave go underneath. That's a freaking good idea.
I like
right
that.
there.
And there,
Yeah.
see,
Good shit.
right here, we're coming up with content and stuff right here on the show. That's what these bonus shows are for.
Yeah.
Brainstorming.
Speaking of coming up with stuff, we got some custom planes. Now, I don't really indulge in custom card creation, and I don't really like that kind of content or part of the game. That's Brando's list.
That's me.
But a long time ago, I made a couple custom planes and also did a couple things to make the Planechase experience better and easier.
Smoother and just quality of life stuff.
Yes. And with quality of life stuff, when you modify the game, when you further modify it, it can break it, and we'll talk about that.
But
This is what we did. We've got the, whatever it was, 87 planes and phenomenons.
correct.
And I did 3 custom planes. And also we have printouts that, because I have extra planes, put them in a sleeve and then put a printout in front that was just the chaos symbol.
Yep.
And if you encounter that, you take it and flip a new third plane, because you always have to flip 3.
It's like when you go on Wheel of Fortune and you land on a prize and you take the little prize thingy and you use it later.
And underneath is a dollar amount.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's a good way to say it.
Much
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah. So if you encounter the Planeswalk symbol or the Chaos symbol card, you take that like Wheel of Fortune and use it for later, where you can cash it in. 3 shitty planes, or you flip 3 planes and you need to do this one first,
Yeah.
and then go to that one. Well, you flip the 3, you go to this one, you cash in your free Planeswalk card, you go to the other one.
Or you really need to go to a plane, but the person that put you there is like, no, we're not going there. We're going here instead.
Oh, yeah.
And then you can be like, nah, F you. And then
Yeah. Like if I flip 3 and I go somewhere that Brando doesn't want,
Yeah.
on your turn, you could cash your card in and go right there without doing anything.
That's right.
Yeah. That's yes.
Yeah.
So
no fuss, no muss.
it makes it a little bit easier and smoother, and I would even be apt to give that card away or let's like cash it in so somebody could like have a better game.
Yeah.
Right? Like when we say no land in your opener for 3 turns, you can, instead of drawing, you can go and search for a land.
Yeah.
Right? So you can have a not non-game.
Yes, you can play.
This helps you have not non-games even more in Planechase.
Yeah.
With being able to hit the chaos. Lots of times hitting the chaos can help seal out a game too.
Yeah.
If you need just that little bit of help when,
Little oomph.
when Planechase games go on to hour 2,
Yeah.
you can cash it. You can hit the chaos and then cash in your chaos again and just gank somebody.
Just wreck somebody's whole face.
But we got custom planes. I
do.
made Caves of Koilos.
Yep. Heh.
Oh no, I made 4. Caves of Koilos. When you encounter Caves of Koilos, you search your planar deck
For the 4th sphere.
for the first sphere.
first sphere.
Because in the story, in Brothers War, they find the Caves of Koilos where the portal to Phyrexia is, and they break the Power Stone, and it leads, it's a direct portal to the first sphere of Phyrexia. So the next plane you hit after Caves of Koilos is the first sphere. And the Chaos ability on Caves of Koilos is you get a 0/2 Mokfawa. That's a dragon engine that has 2
Artifact breathing.
Artifact breathing, yeah. And wouldn't you know, in Brothers War the set, they make Mokfawas.
Yep.
And wouldn't you know that there was also the 4th sphere plane to go along with my 1st sphere plane.
Yep.
My 1st sphere plane was all creatures get -1/-1.
Yes.
And if you roll the shit... Oh, man, I don't remember. I haven't played it in a long time.
I don't remember what the first sphere does either.
And the other one I made was the Talon Gates. Then Planechase 2012.
We
got the Talon Gates. Oh, my Talon Gates was Mana Burn Exists, which is a commander that we eventually got.
Yep.
And if you roll the shit, you get red, 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 blue, 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 black, black, black. You get 3x Nicol Bolas colors because that was the place that Nicol Bolas ascended into Planeswalker. That's where his spark ignited.
Yeah.
The real Talon Gates, I don't even remember what it does.
No, it's something shitty.
It was like something to do with scrying or something.
Yeah.
Or giving something suspend.
Not nearly as good.
Because it was from the Time Spiral novel. It gave something suspend.
It wasn't as good.
And then I did the Blind Eternities.
That's a good one. I like that one.
And wouldn't you know that in Planechase 2012, WotC did the Blind Eternities. And then I nailed it. We always talk about like we're right when we predict stuff.
We're right all the time.
I frickin' got like 2.5 of the planes correct. My Blind Eternities exiled everything from everywhere, including libraries. Players can't draw cards. And when it's your turn, you don't lose the game or nothing. You just have one roll, and you try to get out of the Blind Eternities. You get stuck there.
And whoever rolls there gets the turn first.
Yeah, so if I roll to the Blind Eternities and Brando's got tons of Goblin tokens, I'll go there. All his tokens eat shit. We leave. I can float a bunch of mana to try and immediately leave, but if I can't, then FU Jesse would go, and he might not be able to roll. Then FU Alex would be able to go. If he rolls away, all of his stuff comes back in.
Yeah.
And he's the guy that gets the turn. Jesse missed a turn.
Yeah, well, all of our stuff comes back in, too.
Oh, yes. Yeah. All of our stuff also comes back in, but Brando's Goblins would be gone. Jesse missed a turn, and it went from being my turn to being Alex's turn.
Yes.
It's like we were a deer in the headlights for a minute, didn't know our dinks from our butts, and then it was Alex's turn, and we're like, what the hell happened?
What happened here? Yeah, suddenly you're in the ditch. You don't know how you got there.
Yeah, your freaking nose is out your asshole.
Yeah.
So those are the ones that we made.
Yes, speculation is fun. You want to speculate some more?
Brando's got some.
I actually made some, and then Ryan's going to critique these because he's the expert on this. Like, how good did I do? How likely are these to be?
After I just said I don't like custom stuff, I'm the expert now.
Well, no, because you made planes that they then made.
I suppose
so now
I
made some.
I'm not
planes.
an expert. I'm a prophet.
Over the last week, I've made a few.
Oh, wow.
Check this out. And this first one I thought was just funny because I really like the card.
Uncle Brando's Dirty Research.
Yeah.
Okay.
Skrelv's Hive.
Skrelv's Hive.
Yep.
That would be on New Phyrexia.
Yep. When you would go there, or at the beginning of your upkeep, you would get some number of mites. I don't know what the number would be.
Yeah,
like one or two.
Skrelv's Hive.
Exactly.
Do you lose a life?
Nope.
Maybe you should.
Get some mites.
Because you could say this is Skrelv's Hive on the plane.
Sure.
Right?
Hit the shit. Creatures you control get protection from a color.
Like Skrelv.
Like what Skrelv does.
So you can attack in with your mites. If it's been a long time on Skrelv's Hive, you might have enough to infect somebody out.
That's right.
Introduce infect to the game. Lots of proliferate going around with like planeswalkers and stuff. That could be a win con.
And it's topical.
And the mites have toxic, obviously.
Oh, yeah.
So you could use like the same token.
Oh, yeah. When I say mite, I mean like
The mite.
They don't
The mite
block.
token.
They just attack and do toxic.
That's a good
things.
one. I would like to see get a mite, lose a life. So it is almost exactly Skrelv's Hive.
Sure.
Yeah.
Neat. Okay.
Yep.
So this one would be on Amonkhet.
Okay.
And it's called The Deadly Dunes of Diabolical Doom.
The Deadly Dunes of Diabolical Doom. I like that.
I wanted to alliterate too.
We are gonna get Amonkhet planes. Remember, like you saw all the art releases of the different worlds that the Phyrexians are going
on
the basic lands. The mountain or the swamp was in Amonkhet.
It's gonna be so cool.
Oh man, I'm so excited for March of the Machines.
gonna be so
I'm
cool.
so freaking excited.
It's gonna be so cool.
Okay,
On your upkeep and your end step, I'm not sure the wording of how we'd word this.
Okay.
So I'm going to use the air quotes, exile a bro you have.
sure.
Until you walk away from the Deadly Dunes of Diabolical
This
Doom.
happens twice per turn. Mm-hmm. Okay.
Then, if you hit the shit, you just exile a creature. Forever.
Oh.
Because they're getting lost in the desert.
Oh.
Because you're in this desert and your creatures are getting lost, and then when you leave, you find them all and you take off. But if you hit the shit, you can get an opponent's creatures with Gone Forever.
Oh. Okay.
Diabolical. That's also one of those like bad planes. Like, oh my god, like I don't want to.
I don't want my guys to go.
I gotta get out of here. So as you're in a mad rush to get away, you're popping each other's creatures, and it's kind of cool.
Ganking them in the desert and leaving them.
That's right.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, so they get lost and they die.
They get lost and they die, but I can save all my guys if I get out of there.
Yeah. Neat.
What if you don't get them? They just stay lost. That would be more deserty, wouldn't it?
But then it would be just like roll. It'd be the blinded turn. You just roll.
Try to
roll,
get
roll,
off this
go.
plane before you lose all your guys.
Nobody's playing
But what if
anymore.
I'm playing a deck that doesn't have any guys? What if I don't got none guys? I won't roll. I'll play some artifacts and some enchantments and stuff. Go. Oh, I got to X on my guy now.
Yeah,
well,
there
it's
we
too
go.
bad for you. That's slow roll Wrath of God.
There we go.
I'm
Very
gonna
slow roll. Okay, so
alliterate too. Slow roll Wrath.
I like that. Okay, check
Okay.
this out. So I think I've named this correctly. I'm not sure. We have the Cradle of the Sun. So we're on Ixalan now.
Yeah. Ixalan, we're going there too.
But check this out. When you get there, it becomes day. Because the sun is up.
You're mixing your worlds.
I know, but the mechanics should be able to work wherever day
Yeah.
and night exist.
Day and night exist.
So, activated and triggered abilities do not activate or trigger
Okay.
while you're there and the sun is up
Like at all.
at all. But if it's night, they do.
That is kind of Immortal Sun shuts off Planeswalker abilities.
Yeah, so it
Okay.
turns all the shit off, and then day and night works the way day and night works.
Yes. Cast 2 spells, it becomes night.
Yeah.
Or don't cast a spell, becomes night.
And once it's night, since the Immortal Sun isn't there anymore, all your stuff turns back on. Neat.
And if you cast 2 spells, it becomes day again.
Correct.
Ooh. So you don't. You know what? I like the flavor, and mechanically that makes sense with how day and night works and what you would want with the Immortal Sun working, shutting off abilities. That's the kind of one that creates a slog. Because when I can do stuff, mind you, it's a little bit of a juxtaposition. I like that. At first, I didn't like it because it felt like it would drag the game on. But when it's day, I want to cast spells. As many as I can, because I can't activate abilities. When it's night, I want to activate abilities instead of casting spells. Because if I cast spells, it becomes day again.
Yeah.
So
put some fun into
yeah,
this.
okay.
And then
Okay.
when you hit the shit, it becomes night. That way you don't have to time walk yourself to get to night.
Yeah.
And it doubles your triggers until end of turn.
Ooh. I like.
And I thought of like kind of putting it in there where you can't planeswalk during the day, but that's too much.
Yes.
That's too many things.
Mind you, it would be on point.
It would be on point.
It would be on point because planeswalking is a thing that planeswalkers do,
Yeah.
and the Immortal Sun shuts that off. I like the templating of when chaos ensues, when you roll the chaos, it becomes night.
Yeah.
Full stop. I like that, but I don't think that's not very powerful.
That's
it
why I
doesn't
added
feel like chaotic. You know
But then
what I
it
mean?
doubles your triggers.
But it D's your T's. I
So
love getting my D's T'd.
Right, there it is.
Yeah.
Check this one. I like this one. This is a good one. And I think everybody else is gonna like this one too.
Okay.
Yargle's Pad.
No, baby, I like it already. Yargle's pad. This is like a lily pad.
Yes.
Or his house. Both.
Yes. Yes.
Yargle's crib. He's like, hey, welcome to my crib, man. Here's my studio.
Creatures lose all abilities, can't gain abilities.
Creatures gain flavor text.
Yes. Creatures are all vanilla now. Hit the shit. Creatures you control become frogs that are 7/4 until end of turn.
Why? What's the 7/4?
I just picked 7/4.
So they could be anything.
Yeah, they could be.
They could be
yeah.
1/1s. They could be 9/3s.
But they have to be big. They have to be big like Yargle.
They have to be big, dumb idiots.
Yes. So all your dudes become just fucking big, and then they attack. Yargle's Pad.
What is the effect? What's the meta effect of having all your creatures with every creature on the battlefield with more power than toughness? It makes blocking tough, hey?
Yeah, it makes it insane.
So you can't make them too big, or else that'll just end games.
Yes. That's why 7/4. That'd probably still end games. But it's still pretty good. It's pretty, because people will block.
Could you make them little Yargles? Could you make them like 5/2s?
Well, that'd be fun too.
Five is big,
5.
and 2 is
Small.
small.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter as long as the power is bigger than the toughness.
Yep. I think that'd be fun. It's kind of Yargle's Pad.
Makes
And
them
then
all frogs.
And you'd have like a picture of like a lily pad with a great big like mushroom house that's all messed up because Yargle's too big for it, right? Like all the windows are broken out of it, right? He has a cardboard box for a door. Like that'd be so fun. I think that'd be really cool.
Yargle's Pad. That's a good. That would be on Dominaria in Urborg.
So
right?
we're gonna go real simple this time. This is simple little
Oh, I like one-liners. I like one-liners.
Easy ones. The Dead Hive.
The Dead Hive. Yeah. This is on Wrath?
Yep. When you roll the die,
Yeah.
get a sliver.
Like whenever you roll the planar die, get a sliver?
Anytime you roll the planar die, get a sliver.
Ooh, the sliver simps are going to go after that. It's going to be too powerful.
Hit the shit, get 3 slivers.
Get 3. Oh, that's kind of like the gold medal, the place where you roll and get a goat. If you landfall, get a goat.
Landfall, get 3 goats. Roll the shit, get 1 goat. That's the gold medal.
Yeah,
except this is like reversed.
Yes.
Yes.
Because rolling the shit is less likely, so you want more reward.
Yes.
Slivers.
Yes.
I suppose you could use them for blockers. It's low impact that nobody would ever go there unless they're playing slivers.
Yeah, like it's fine because you get some bodies, you get some dudes, whatever.
Yeah.
If you're playing slivers, like, oh yeah, I want to go there, man. Like, it makes your deck better. And some of the plans are like that. There are some that make zombies better, make black creatures stronger, right? And this is one that just picks a creature type.
Some of them give you creatures, just 2/2s or spirits or goats.
And I want to do a sliver one because I've been putting all them slivers in the secret lair. And there's a sliver commander deck coming out, so maybe we're gonna get some new stuff.
Okay.
Right? See, I'm on the ball. I'm auditioning for a job here. Maybe, I don't know. Probably not. Masterwork Bazaar. Now we're on Kaladesh.
Okay. I was going to say Marcadia, but Kaladesh will also work.
And I wasn't sure how to word this, so I'll need some help here. Creatures you control have tap. Reduce the cost of your next artifact spell by 1.
Creatures have creatures.
Right, like
artifacts you cast have improvise.
Sure.
You can tap your artifacts to help pay for 1 generic in their mana cost.
But they're creatures. You have to tap the creature because the creature is building the thing.
Oh,
right. That's what the flavor there is.
Artifacts you cast have convoke because that's creature.
Okay, yeah, sure.
That'll work.
That'll work. That'll be
that's
good.
probably close.
Yeah, I like that. And then you hit the shit, copy target artifact you control.
Yeah.
That's neat, right? Like you can power out artifacts real fast, a la Kaladesh, and then you copy them because it's the bazaar. And like, oh man, I want that thing right there. And then they have one under the table and they give it to you.
You know what I like? Artifact spells you cast have convoke and improvise.
Oh,
so you can just tap anything on your battlefield to make artifacts. That feels too artifacty. Like, you know how fast artifact decks roll?
Yeah.
Like, if everything just becomes the equivalent of Tolarian Academy, and it's probably not good. Hey, you could do that same plane on Teleria, like on Dominaria.
I could, yeah.
The planes are not restricted to what is current, right? You could have planes from any part of history.
Yeah, and
that's why we have Sarah's Realm, right?
Some of them are dead. Some of them are never going to go back to ever. Like, super good.
Yeah.
Last one.
Okay.
Check this one out. And this one I was like, I'm going to try something like ridiculous.
Okay.
And we're going to show you the variants of Planechase. Super duper School of Wizardry.
Oh, this is like the Ivy League version of Tolarian Academy.
No, and I couldn't. I forgot Strixhaven at the time when I was writing this down.
I forgot about them too.
And 2, I couldn't think of anywhere that isn't the school. Like what exists on Strixhaven? I don't know. So I just said the Super Duper School of Wizardry.
Sure, Strixhaven.
Instants and sorceries you control have storm, and your storm count is equal to the number of times you've rolled the die this turn.
Ooh, yeah. How do you word that?
See, but your spells will get copied for each time you've rolled the
spells you cast. Does every spell you cast have storm?
Instants and sorceries. Oh, when you cast an instance and sorcery, copy it for each time you've rolled the planar die this turn. There we go.
There you go.
But here's
but
why
your stuff doesn't get storm. But it's got planar die storm.
Here's why I used storm in air quotes. Okay. Because if you hit the shit, your storm count goes to 0.
Ooh.
Right? So you're encouraged to roll the die as many times as you can.
Yes.
So you can get the most bang out of your buck, but there's the risk. There's the risk because you could leave or you could just reduce it down to 0, thereby negating all your hard work.
It would be something like instants and sorceries you cast are copy each instance and sorcery you cast for each time you've rolled the planar die this turn.
Yeah.
When chaos ensues, you can't copy spells.
Oh, there we go.
It is.
There.
You can't copy spells until you planeswalk.
So that'd be neat,
right?
right?
Because lots of the chaos abilities are until you planeswalk, right?
Yeah. Oh, that'd be a good.
So whenever you're on the plane,
that'd make it even riskier because you get no benefit from the plane the whole rest of the time you're there.
How's frickin' this? It's turn 2.
Yep.
You go and you're on that Strixhaven plane. You go free roll.
Yep.
and then you go like one roll and neither hit, and then you got like a mana rock or whatever, and you go rampant growth. You go and find 3 lands, so you untap on turn 3 with 6 land.
Yeah.
And then you use one of those land or whatever remainder you have, and you or somebody rolls away. You just frickin' run away with that game, don't you?
Yes.
You just Primeval Titaned yourself, and everybody else just has nothing.
Yeah.
But that is Planechase. That can happen.
Planechase.
You could go to My Talon Gates, just natively roll your free roll, go to the Talon Gates, roll once, get 9 mana. If you don't use it, you get mana burned, but so you use 8 of it.
Yeah.
And you take 1 and you cast like 4 things.
Yeah.
Right? Like,
or you dump all your hand except for your 2 10 drops, and then you just like, I got a mana left, roll. Oh shit, I hit it again. And then you roll, oh look at that, I did it again.
I have seen, I don't know if it was Jaffa or if it was Jesse, I don't know who it was, but they hit the shit on My Talon Gates, so they get 3x Grixis mana. They hit it 3 times, and they were using that Chaos mana to try to roll away from that plane, because there was another plane that they had to jump to that was currently visible to try and kill either the table or kill you because you were going to win.
Yeah.
And they didn't get it.
Yep.
They used all that mana and they didn't get it.
I remember that.
They hit 3 chaos. They had like frickin' 27 mana to use, and they couldn't get off the plane, and it was just hilarious.
And your boy took that. I remember that. I
Hilarious.
remember that game. That was very funny.
So fun.
Planechase is awesome, is what we're trying to say. You can speculate. You can make your own. You can play with ours. You can play with theirs.
Yep.
They're easy to get.
There are Planechase emulators,
Yep.
or dare I say Planechase proxies that are the size of regular cards, so you can have 80 of them sleeved up on regular cards that just exist like horizontally on your battlefield.
Yep.
And you can use those. I'm very much a fan of the big oversized cards.
I like them
because
too.
it's nostalgic for us because that's how we played Magic for years, was with Planechase.
Yep.
And Planechase Commander, and we tried all the variants except for the first kind you've never played.
Yeah. Screw that. They told me about that. I'm like, that's stupid.
Yeah.
I'm never doing that.
I like the big planes because you get more of that really cool art feel.
It's neat when you go. Very rarely, I would go on a limb to say, do they print a Magic the Gathering card that is so focused on invoking a "you are here" vibe? Even the basic lands don't always just. This is the plane.
Yeah.
This is where you are.
Even the story spotlight cards sometimes don't hit.
There's no people. There's no story moment happening. It's you are on Ikoria. This is what it looks like. Behold. And that's cool.
They did do that. They did do that when they put that random Jace when he couldn't remember who he was. They put a random Jace in the basics for Ixalan.
Yeah,
and they're like,
okay.
he's an idiot. He's just walking around the jungle. Like, what is he doing? Is that what it's like here? Everybody just like can't do anything?
Yeah.
Welcome to real world, Jace. Welcome to real frickin' life.
Man, I'm glad he's dead. That feels so good.
Oh, man, I'm glad I can mill with him.
Oh.
I play Jaces. I play 3 different Jaces. I play Mill Jace, I play other Mill Jace, and I play Jace the Mind Sculptor. Man, and I want to ultimate and just mill and kill everybody. Yep. I guess Jace the Mind Sculptor kind of mills, but not really.
Yeah, mine as well.
Man.
The point is, Planechase is
I
dope.
play 4 Jaces because I play Jace, Bellerin, Book Jace, the promo Book Jace
yes,
in
OG
Orvar,
Jace.
the all form.
Wow.
OG Book.
Yep.
And Book Jace, yeah.
Play no Jaces.
You play no?
No, not a single one.
No Jace.
No Jace.
Do you think we'll see any Jace planes?
Probably.
Where's he from again?
Ravnica.
No, he's not from Ravnica.
Isn't he from Ravnica? I thought he was from Ravnica.
He's from Vren? Is that a place?
I don't care.
Vren?
Oh, the one with is it the one with the rings? There's a plane that had all those rings on it.
Maybe.
Is that where he's from? The Mage
Maybe.
Ring Isles or Mage
Here,
Ring?
let's look it up. I got them all here. Man, look at all these awesome
They're
planes.
so cool. There's ones with Eldrazi's on them.
Man.
And there's like the
Maybe-
actual
maybe-
Maelstrom.
Maybe Editor Joe put up a couple more. If he doesn't, that's okay.
Maybe
There's
Joel
the
Blink throws we
Manamo
go.
one. Whenever you cast a spell, draw a card. Oh, that's a good one.
Cast a spell, draw a card. Hit the shit, draw a card. Planeswalk there, draw a card, baby.
Mutual Epiphany. When you encounter this phenomenon, each player draws 4 cards.
See, Planechase is fun.
The Panopticon, that's the center of Mirrodin before the Phyrexians messed up the place. When you get there, draw a card. At the beginning of your draw step, draw a card. Roll the shit, draw a card. That's the triple D.
I like that a lot.
Man, okay, where's the one I'm looking for? Majoring Network? Is that what it's called?
That is what it's called, yes. Well, they're...
Oh, no. Majoring Network's a card.
Oh, shit. Well, this one.
Yeah.
There it is.
Trial of the Majorings is on Vryn. That's Vryn?
Yeah, Jace Vryn's prodigy.
That's where he's from.
What a piece of shit.
Yeah. What does this do? It's frick small. Gotta get my computer
They're
close.
tiny, yeah.
I could just click on the image and read the words.
No, but no, it's sideways.
No, I'll read these words. Instants and sorcery spells have rebound. Everybody's. Okay. Whenever you roll chaos, you may search your library for an instant or sorcery card, reveal it, and put it into your hand. That's a good one.
That's a solid
That's
one.
a good chaos right there. Yep. You can get your game winner. I'll just search for like frickin' Triumph of the Hordes. Or like a Tainted Strike. Or
you could play like the Demonic Tutor for both halves of your 2 card if you're doing that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Whatevs. It's a cool... Oh, and that one, I'm going to say that's a pretty medium plane. If you were to just go buy it right now as a single.
It's like $1.50.
$1.50 American, $6 Canadian. Times 87, it's a lot of money. So it's a good thing that they're reprinting them. Is there going to be a secret lair set of planes?
What in the ass?
Is that going to be the first secret lair that Ryan ever buys? Is it going to be secret lair Planechase?
I'm going to needs it. Secret Chase.
Yeah.
The Secret Chase.
And are they going to wait a year to ship it?
That's the search history you do not tell your wife
No,
about.
Never, ever.
Here, Tazim. This was the first promo plane that came out with Planechase 1 release.
Okay.
And it's only available promotional planes at almost $8. And then the Planechase Anthology one, where they graciously included it because it wasn't with the decks, $11.
Wow.
So some of them, I know $11. Like, I mean, Magic cards can cost hundreds and thousands. But if you need to buy a whole planar set,
that's
between $2 and $11. That's like hundreds of dollars.
Yeah, that adds up very, very quickly. It's like, why is a commander deck $300? Well, because I play not basic lands in it.
Because every card is $2.
Yeah.
It's like when you do car repairs or home renovations.
Yeah.
Everything's $1,000.
Yeah, because it's $1.
That's what it is.
1,000 times. It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
But the point is, we're getting long here. We're going to go. Planechase is amazing. Find us. Play it yourself. Play it with us. It's going to be great. Check out FusionGamingOnline.com. Use CCO Slam. Get your money off. Save some money. Support the show. Go to Geekwood. CCO Podcast. You can save money there as well while you pimp your game outside the game. And we are going to be back next week with a very exciting episode. Wait, hang on a second. One more thing.
Oh?
Last thing. If you have a favorite deck.
Oh, yes.
A comfort deck that makes you feel good, that you always have fun playing, send it in to us. We're going to be doing those until we have to hit the big wall of products coming up in the very near future. And we're going to have a really great example of that just for you on the next episode of Commander Cookout Podcast. Hit our theme song!